Yes, and welcome everybody to a farm simulation video, and it's not Farming Simulator though, it is Cattle and Crops. It's an early access game on Steam. I picked it up on the Steam sale just recently. I thought I'd give it a bit of a whirl, see what it was like, see what all the fuss was about, and see whether this might be the future of farm simulation. Now, I will pick up Farming Simulator 2019 at some stage. I haven't done it yet, but I'll certainly do that and get a few videos out. But in the meantime, I thought I'd try this out. It is an early access game, so still a lot of development to be going to be had. But what I thought is I'll start one of these missions just to get a bit of a feel for how everything goes. So far I've played about 10 minutes just to try to get a bit of an idea on the controls. I'm not using my usual gamepad that I use when I play Farming Simulator. I'm just using my mouse and keyboard, so it might take a little bit to get used to all the different keys. But let's go in here and we're going to bring in the hay. 3060, we won't do this entire mission, but we'll just give this a bit of a go and see how it all works. It's creating the mission content. Now straight away, you've got the active skybox up there. You can see it, the clouds jogging along in the sky, which is kind of cool. Now one thing I have noticed, just in the short time that I have played this game, let's get in the right camera, here we go here, is that there is quite a bit of realism in terms of physics. I've definitely noticed that. Here we go. Oh, let's just get out of here. Let's get the camera on the outside. Come on, Mace. Right, I've definitely noticed just maneuvering the vehicles all around the place has been a little bit of a challenge because you've got to get over inertia for a start. And it's definitely a lot wider turning circle on it. Am I on the right angle here? Let's see. I am indeed. Nice work. Yes, okay. So the turning circle's definitely a lot wider, depending on how fast you're going. Right, so you've got to follow my little map down there, by the way, everybody. And just the way the vehicle rocks around and moves, and the way the motor really has to work when you're going up the hills, and just how slowly how slow it is to get off the mark. Certainly a lot different. Let's get into the cab now. I've got to, like I said, I'm going to try to do what I can. Let's zoom out here. I need to adjust my graphical settings just a little bit. I haven't quite got them. You can probably see in the background the trees popping in and out. I've probably got the settings a little bit too high for my rig. But when you're inside the cab, you can see that little yellow circle down below there that's popping on and off. There's a lot of interactive components to your tractor. A lot of these little buttons in that work. You can open your doors. You can close your doors. Oh, jeez. I've gone past my... I was too busy yapping on. I went right past where I was supposed to go. Ah, see, there goes the turning circle. That wasn't a good effort, was it, everybody? Okay, everybody, here we are. This is the correct field, I'm pretty sure. So let's lower this thing X. And we turn it on. Does it show? I was just wondering whether it shows us if it's turned on. Maybe not. And let's just sit. We're driving too fast. That's okay, mate. Just relax. Oh, yes. Okay. We've got it. We have got it, everybody. Okay. I wonder if there's like a... Using the key... Oh, nice. Using the key for controlling your speed is a little bit tricky, I've got to admit. I wonder if there's like a cruise control type thing. Let's have a look at... let's just have a look at this. Control is... can you... Cruise control is T. Okay, that's us. So, let's we go. There we go, T. There we go. There we go. I've settled into a nice... I'm sure if I did a bit of research, I'd figure out exactly what a good speed would be for this particular implement. But I'm not going to do that at the moment. So let's just turn around here. And so if we take a look at some of the finer details of this game, I love how the grass moves there. It's kind of cool. I think that's something they've implemented in FS19 this year. But the tractor's really well modelled. The equipment's looking pretty good. Certainly the physics are, like I said, pretty outstanding, and you definitely notice it when you drive. You've got to get over inertia. When I was driving over here, which I haven't shown, just turning once you've got a bit of speed up is really quite difficult. Look, that guy's changing gear and everything in the car. I love it. I like the fact that you've actually got a guy in there when you're in first person. That's kind of cool. And just really the realism aspect, it seems to be ramped up. It seems to be more of a simulator as opposed to some aspects of farming sim. One thing I'll be really interested in seeing is how deep the economic part of the game is. That's something I'm always keen to see a lot of development in, because often it's really thin. So I haven't really delved into that too much. But yeah, this is pretty cool actually. It's really awkward using a mouse and keyboard, I'm finding. Hold on, let's just go boom. Hold on, Mace. Get out of the camera. If we go like this, and let's just get rid of this here. Boom. Here we go. Makes it look a little bit easier. So what I might do, everybody, I think what I need to do is mow this lawn. So, or mow this field. So I might go ahead and mow this field. Looks like I could get that bar completely up to orange, I would imagine. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll join you very soon. See you in a minute. Okay, it's now telling me I can skip something, so let's just quickly go up there and check what that means. Okay, boom, and it automatically does it for you. How about that? Okay, so, I mean, that's cheating a bit, but I mean, I suppose if you haven't got the time, sort of like a worker doing it, I suppose. So now it's telling me to drive the vehicle to the vehicle trader. Let's take a shortcut on the map, and I'll meet you over there. Okay, it looks like that we're going to have to, yeah, the tedder. There we go. We've got to attach the tedder. So, I've got to stop this tractor. It's always a bit of a mission. Drop that one off. When you're going slow, it actually, it turns pretty well, actually. But it's just, look at that. See how long it takes to slow down? I love that. Anyway, I'll attach this tedder, everybody, and then we'll get back over to the field and see how this thing works. Okay, we're back at the field, and it's asking us to unfold the tedder. There we go, let's check this out. It's modelled pretty well, actually. I like the lighting, it's pretty decent. It's fairly similar to Farming Sim in that respect. It's pretty busy, all the HUDs and information, but you can probably turn off much of that, so it's not too much of a big deal. So let's turn on this, and let's just see what this looks like. Let's not get out of it. I've got to lower it. You turn it on, then you lower it, and then you've got to wait until the wetness is under 50%. Okay, I get it. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let's have a look at the animation down here. I'm driving too fast. Let's just put it on auto. Oh, let's get it back. That is cool. Although it kind of looks like slurry a bit, doesn't it? Ha! That's cool though. I kind of like it. So it's telling us to ted the hay and wait until the wetness is under 50%. There we go, we're tedding away. It kind of looks kind of cool. Pretty cool. Although, you can't really tell what you've tedded and what you haven't, apart from the different... Is it a slightly different colour? I'm not so sure. I think what you do is it just looks pretty similar. I think you just got to keep going and going until it's the wetness is below 50%. So we'll do that, and I'll rejoin you once we're finished. Okay, I fast forward time just a little bit, and look at that skybox. It is really nice. I really like that. The lights are kind of cool. You can see the beam. I like that. If we go inside the actual compartment, the radio lights up. You've got your little displays and all that sort of stuff. Look pretty cool. And you've got your working light in the background there, so you can see what's going on out the back. That's actually pretty cool. The grass is not drying very much, so I'm just wondering whether I'm going to have to just finish off this field and then leave it overnight. So we'll be back soon. Okay, the field's completed. Let's if we speed up time, I'm going to go real hardcore here. We get to see some nighttime action. One thing I've noticed, by the way, is if you look down the bottom right there, I've used quite a bit of fuel, which I kind of like. Oh, look at all those lights in the background. They're cool. So yeah, certainly chew through the fuel. I'm sitting here with my engine on, so hopefully it's not taking real time. Hopefully, yeah, it's not speeding up the fuel consumption also. But I'm not a big fan of the animation for the tethering. Now, hopefully they'll look to improve that as the development process goes on. But we're just fast forwarding time here. We've tethered it. Here we go. We've got the days coming. And I'm just wondering with the light on it, if that will make a difference. We're into 8 o'clock. Doesn't seem to be making too much difference. If things change, I'll come back to you. Okay, we're back, everybody. And it's pretty much just a waiting game by the looks of it. It took, I think, around about 36 in-game hours for the field to dry to 50%. Where am I heading, everybody? This way. So yeah, I like that. I like that. That means you've got to wait a bit of time before you can just go ahead and start doing the next phase of work. So yeah, we'll head off down to the vehicle trader now and pick up our next piece of equipment. See you soon. Okay, everybody, check this out. So I've got back to the vehicle trader, and now it's telling me that the weather turned to rain. No way to produce quality bales now. Return to the farm and wait for better weather, which is totally realistic. I like that. That is cool. That is really, really cool. So I'm going to just, let's wait till it finds up, and we'll see what the next part of the job is. And I've just found another cool little feature, everybody. You can autopilot to your next waypoint. So at the moment, I'm not touching anything. The vehicle's driving itself to the farm, which is the next waypoint in the mission. I like it. There's a little bit of a animation or, yeah, graphical glitch there. You can see that it still thinks it's tethering on the right hand side there. I don't know if you can quite see it there. You can see it there. Anyway, I'm sure that will be fixed eventually, but here we go. It's going to drive me back to the farm. I love it. That's cool. That is a really cool feature. Okay, I'm back at the farm. It's raining, so we can't do anything, so I'm going to sleep for, what's the time, for 10 hours. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's now 6 o'clock at night. That was exciting, wasn't it? And let's go outside here and just check out. It's telling me to exit the tractor. I think clearly I've done that. So, exit the tractor. Okay, everybody, we have had a few issues. Let's get this auto thing going here. Let's face the right way, might help. We have had a few issues getting this mission completed. Seems to be a couple of bugs where the mission won't advance properly. Something to be expected with early access, I suppose. So not getting too worked up about it. But let me get this autopilot on here. Boom. There we go. Autopilot, which I love. I love the autopilot feature. But yeah, so I just had one stage. It kept telling me to get out of the tractor, but wouldn't advance the mission when I did so. Anyway, the great news is you can bring up the console and you can skip to the next step, and that's what I've done. So I actually restarted the mission, did a few things, then did a bit of research and figured out you can actually skip a step in the mission just by going into the console. So that was cool. Let's go and grab the, let's go and get in, what am I talking about, Mace? Let's go down, attach our tether and get the next part of the mission. So I'll catch up with you guys really soon. Okay, we're down in the field, and you can't quite see it under the bar, the progress bar there, but it's telling me to ted the hay on the field and wait until the wetness is under 20% this time. So obviously it's progressing, flipping it over, progressively making it drier. So I'll go and do that. I'll save you the bore of doing that. I'll come back in a second. Okay, so it got me to come back to the dealer, and it says complete the mission. So it looks like that's all I needed to do. Let's see what happens. Boom, complete the missions. Congratulations, Miss Ines. Bring in the hay. Progress 90%. I don't know why it's only 90%, but apparently that mission is complete. We do have, as a result of that though, it looks like we have picked up a couple of more missions here. One here is okay, to do this mission you've got to have done bring in the hay. So it looks like it's the next... that looks like a windrow, so it looks like it's going to put it... I think that's a windrow. It's hard to tell. Yeah, and then a baler. Okay, so what you're going to do is windrow it into rows, then bail it up, and then load it on the trailer. Here goes the front fork and the bail fork and the front loading attachment. So that's what you got to do. So yeah, so that's how it progresses into the next stage. That's kind of cool. Look, I think I've had a long enough look at it in this for this particular video. But let me just show you some of the menus here. So this one here is your current equipment that you have, the vehicles. As you can see, I've got quite a few here. If we look through here, we've got a combine harvester, windrow. All these are class, by the way. So, oh no, some of them are Deutzfahr there. We've got Hammer. So we've got a few, we have got a few brands. Look at that, we've got Corn Seeder. So we've got some tippers right there. Joskins, that's great. All the names we know and love. Mercedes-Benz. We've got a slurry or a water tanker there. One of the two. I'm not too sure. What is it? I think it's a slurry spreader, I think. Doesn't actually say. I'd have to have a look. And so that's the vehicle component. This one here shows me what animals I've got. Look, they're all different weights, so that's interesting. So that, and look at this. Weight is 504 pounds. Health is 91%. Age is 5 months. Sex is female. Or male, sorry. Edwin, Adrian, they've all got names here. So some of these are older and younger, and they all have, looks like they've got different prices, and you can trade and buy them. So that's quite good. That suggests there's going to be some depth in the economy, and that's something I'm really looking for. If we go into here, here's our employees. So we've got a bunch of employees. Boris. Okay, so he's a 1 star. So as you can see, some of the components haven't been filled in, but you've got management skills, driving skills, mechanic skills, animal skills. Great. I love this mechanic skills thing. That suggests equipment's going to break down. It's his age and how long he's been employed for. See, I could hire him if I wanted to. Oh, these are employees that are available at this point by the looks of it. I see. So he's got good driving skills. So if you needed someone to drive. So none of these guys have got... Oh, he's got management skills, so he could be a foreman or something. Oh, this is the job market, top right. I should have looked at that. If I look at my own staff, I don't have any. Oh, I like this. I really like this component. Then we've got our economic component. There's nothing in there at the moment, so I'm not too sure whether it's working or not. It doesn't seem to be. Although I don't think I've earned any money because I haven't done anything yet. I haven't sold anything. I've done nothing whatsoever. So I don't think anything's going to happen there. Here goes the planning. So these are our missions that we were doing. So that's all good. We've seen that one. Then here goes the field. So obviously you can check out where the field's located. You've got a price. Oh, the ground condition. Look at this. Loosening, deep loosening, cultivated. Fruits on it. The nutrients, wetness, pH value, humus. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Oh my God, this is okay. I am liking that. I am really liking the depth there. So obviously it's still got to be fleshed out. There's a lot of stuff here that looks like, as you can see, I think that says illness. So that's probably if got some sort of weeds or like a fungus or or something like that happening in there that you need to deal with. So you can go through and you can check all these out. Great. Look at the wetness, no fruit, all that stuff. Oh, I own all these fields apparently, so 48. Great. Loosening, deep loosening. So I'll have to find out exactly what all that means. This is quite deep. I am really liking this component, and that's what this game will need to sort of differentiate itself. So if we take a look, and this is your character. I like Bear Limited. That's always the name of my things that I put in there. 102,000 cash. 20 of 30 animals. It looks like I've got 1 employee. I've got 7 of 15 vehicles. Reputation, I'm harbour. In the harbour, I've got 10 for some reason, so I need to have a look at that. Distance on foot, distance with vehicle, cultivated area, and all that sort of stuff. So it gives you your stats. That is sensational. I think this game has got huge potential to be a real force in the farm simulation area. Obviously, when you drive the vehicles, the physics definitely you notice them. The way, the length of time it takes to stop, how long it takes to get going, just all the way the vehicles react with the contours of the map and all that sort of stuff. So definitely from a physics point of view, it's certainly a lot deeper than Farm Simulator. When you're actually driving around and just looking at the map and the objects and the graphics, is very similar to Farming Simulator, apart from the big old HUD that's around there, and you can remove components of the HUD. So that's all good. So if we go Z, we get into our tractor here. So we're back at our home base. It's quite good how you can flick between vehicles, just like Farming Sim. But yeah, so the actual graphical nature of it's very similar to Farming Sim, so no real difference there. But it looks like the potential depth of this is pretty exciting, actually, and that's really what I've been looking for, is the depth in the economy and the way you manage the farm. I mean, obviously Seasons brought a lot of complexity into the farming simulator world, but this is certainly angling down the simulation path as opposed to more of an arcade sort of appealing to the wider gaming community type scenario. Anyway, there it is there. I reckon this could be the future. We'll have to see. I'll play around with it a bit more, come back and put a couple more videos up in the future. But in the meantime, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, take it easy.